Okay, so now we're ready to practice implementing the tax. You recall that the legal incidence of the tax doesn't matter. So you could shift supply up by the amount of the tax, or you could shift demand down by the amount of the tax. I will always shift supply up by the amount of the tax to show the impact on the market, because for sales tax, it's most commonly paid by producers, and also addition is easier than subtraction somehow. So that's what we'll be doing. So you've got 3 steps here to find the market equilibrium quantity and both prices. So first, you're going to find your new supply curve by adding the tax to the old supply curve. Second, you're going to set your new supply curve equal to demand, and that will give you the new quantity. Then you'll plug that in to either one of those equations to get the price for the consumer. And the third step is to find the price for the firm, which of course is equal to the amount the consumer pays minus the amount of the tax. So we'll go through these 3 steps here for the $40 tax implemented on the market that we just found equilibrium for. All right, so first step, new supply curve is equal to old supply curve plus the tax. So new supply, I've got P equals, that's 100 plus 0.3Q, and then I'm going to add on my $40 tax. So I just get 140 plus 0.3Q. And on the graph, you can see what we're doing here is just shifting the supply curve up by the amount of the tax. So the difference between these 2 lines at any point, that's the amount of the tax. That's $40, right? We've got our tax wedge here, right? They're parallel, or they're supposed to be parallel, and the difference at every point is $40. Okay, so then second, we're going to set that new supply equation equal to the demand curve to get the new equilibrium point, which on your graph, right, is of course the point where your new supply equation intersects your demand equation. All right, so now I've got 360s equal to 0.8Q. So Q is equal to 450. And P, then I plug this back into either one of these equations, right? The demand curve or the new supply curve. And that will give me this price here, which is the price for the consumer. Okay, so I've got 140 plus 0.3 times 450. That's my price for the consumer, and that is going to be equal to 275. Okay, so I can fill in these numbers here. Okay, so the quantity decreased to 450, and the price for the consumers went up to 275. Okay, and then now we've got one more step, right? Just the last step, the easiest step, is to find the price for the firms, okay, which is going to be given by this point down here. It's just equal to that price for the consumers minus the amount of the tax. So I've got 275 minus 40, oops, is equal to 235. Okay, good. So we've shown the effect on the market by finding our new equilibrium, which note has 2 prices now, right, along with 1 quantity.